Hey, Matt. Obviously, great game for you tonight, 10 points. Can you just speak a little bit on, obviously Saturday was not the result you guys were looking for. When you have a game coming up on Friday like this, how important it is to not just come out here tonight and win, but really play your style of basketball and get your confidence back before Friday.
Yeah, we were obviously really upset with how we played last game. So we were just been thinking about it ever since the game ended. And we just really been practicing hard, and we just couldn't wait to get in the next game and redeem ourselves.
Hey, Matt, John O'Connor here from the Richmond paper. How would you describe the resistance that Richmond saw early in that game that allowed you to be open for those 2 threes and looked like they were really backing off Nathan and Grant?
Yeah, I noticed right from the first play that they were literally not even coming out of the key to guard Grant and Nate. And I just said, I hope they're not guarding me like that, because I feel like I can make a wide open three. So, right when they were in there, I was like, yeah, I'm shooting that thing. Yeah.
Hey, Matt, you guys really looked a lot better, perimeter defense especially, and 38.3 shooting percentage I think I saw. Tell me about if that was an emphasis in practice, maybe not perimeter defense, but just shooting percentage overall.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously didn't, like I said before, we didn't play well at all last game. So we've just been working on everything in practice, trying to make shots, and then more so probably on the defensive end. We gave up like 80 points to LaSalle. We really didn't want to have that again. So, yeah, we just been working really hard in practice, trying to redeem ourselves from last week.
Matt, could you speak to the excuse me, Sean, go ahead.
I'm sorry, John. I was going to ask just how beneficial was it, I guess, to have just a day off in between Saturday and Monday? And I'm sorry, 2 days off in between the games.
2 days off in between since the last game?
Yeah.
Did we have 2 days off? I mean,
you last played Saturday. I mean, you had a day off, maybe a practice, but it wasn't a long break. It was kind of almost like a quick turnaround, so to speak.
Yeah, so it was good that we didn't have to dwell on that last game for too long. If we had played Saturday, then had the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it would have been tough. So we were excited just to get back in that, like I said before.
Hey, Matt, Friday is St. Louis, which in the beginning of the season looked like a really big game in the league. It's a little weird now with St. Louis's situation. Can you speak to that game and perhaps the excitement level that goes with the preseason favorite and preseason number 2?
Yeah, I mean, they haven't played in a long time, but I'm pretty sure they're still ranked top 25. Yeah. So, yeah, we're definitely excited for any big games like that. It's always good to play a top 25 team. And, yeah, we're really looking forward to a big game like that.
If I could follow up, their sort of modus operandi is being physical. French, the big guy they got. How do you guys combat that sort of approach?
We just got to be really tough. French, all those guys, Goodwin, I think, also a really good offensive rebound. All their guys, they just play really tough. So we just got to, all 5 of us, we just got to collectively rebound, box out, really just toughen up against those guys.
Hey, Matt, if I could stay on the St. Louis topic real quick. I mean, you guys, I know, try to approach every game the same, but is this one of those where you kind of understand the gravity of it being a big game against a ranked team and a chance to, get kind of a resume-boosting win after coming off an upset loss?
Yeah, like I said, we're definitely aware that they're a top 25 team. They're probably that's probably going to be this game, and when we go there, will probably be 2 of our best chances to get resume-building wins. So we know the gravity of needing to get this win, especially off a loss against LaSalle and some other bad losses. So, yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that.
Thanks, Matt.
Matt, looking at this St. Louis team, as John mentioned, obviously an incredibly physical team, and that gave you trouble last year, not just with French, but really across the board. But this season, I think the difference has been obviously Javonte Perkins can shoot, but they have Gibson Jimerson healthy this year. Jordan Goodwin's been a better shooter. How does this team, even though they bring back a lot, look a little bit different and add that dynamic of shooting this year? And how do you guys have to kind of approach that differently than you did a season ago?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they're really good. Last year they were really good, and they've gotten even better this year. So we're just going to have to really lock in on the scout. we'll be practicing tomorrow. The next day, we just got to really lock in, learn their tendencies, and just be ready for like a really physical battle.
Hey, there were only 2 shots, and they were relatively early in the game, but Matt Grace's threes seemed to take a little tension out of that, dealing with that strange defense you were seeing. Could you speak to that topic?
For sure. Well, I think that, obviously St. Joe's would like to have a much better record, and they've been close in a few games. But one thing that, not having a great record, it gives you the freedom to, try a very different defense or a gimmick or something like that. It gives you the confidence to do that. I thought when Matt came in and was so aggressive and confident, we talk about the worst thing you could do is try to figure out what they're in or who they're guarding, or if it's a triangle and 2, or the worst thing you do is that and try to figure it out. The best thing you do is play and play aggressively. And, you need an understanding to do that. Matt's got a great understanding, but more importantly, was very aggressive, knocked those 2 shots down, and, ended up playing a great game overall.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach.
Chris, go ahead, Noah.
You've talked about this year, and you look at a game like last Saturday. That was a game you probably wanted to and couldn't, but wanting to be able to push these big leads and kind of put the foot on the gas to get some of your younger guys, a guy like Isaiah and particularly Jamon Bailey, who hasn't played a lot, get these guys some minutes, get them experience. You got to play Sal and Matt together tonight. How valuable is that you're finally getting a game to give these guys experience, especially down the stretch? The tournament's going to be in a month or so, and potentially March Madness.
Sure. Well, no, it's very important. And, that part has been difficult for us, again, mainly because the guys that are in are so good and so experienced, but also because, the games have been, most college basketball games are tight. And we haven't pulled away as much as we'd like to, or as any team would like to. So it is important to get those in. I'm really high on both Isaiah and Jai. I think they're really good players. I thought Sal had a really good game tonight, his best practice of his career yesterday. So we have depth. It's not the depth we exactly thought we'd have, and it's a little bit younger, but we do have depth. And I need to do a better job getting the guys in. The guys who are in need to do us a favor and help us push the lead out so those guys can get in and it not be life and death on the possessions they're in. That's really important to us. And then when they go in, they need to play well, and they did tonight. And you're right, it is an important thing for us and something that really, really could help us.
Obviously, going into a big game this Friday against St. Louis, after Saturday, you want to be back to your style of basketball. You want to get the defensive intensity up. How much, when you take away in this game and you look at Friday, how, when you kind of prioritize, was this game important in terms of getting your style of basketball back, but even more so just from a confidence perspective of we dominated, we know that we can play with these teams and really just changing your mindset for this Friday of knowing who you guys are?
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree. I think that also it's, it was a challenging game on Saturday, and the circumstances that surrounded it made it challenging, and we didn't meet the challenge to the extent that we wanted to. And I think what I'm most proud of today is I thought we were not good defensively at all against LaSalle, and I thought tonight we were very good. And it's difficult to guard a team. They play 5 out almost exclusively. That's really hard to guard. You see that more and more in the NBA now. We've played like that for a long time. Either 5 out or 4 round 1, but it's really difficult, and especially with a traditional center like we have, because he's always going to be involved in whether that's a switch or a hedge. And the most important thing we thought was effort and pressure on the ball. And I thought we did those things very well. So even though St. Joe's doesn't have a good record and the expectation is that we would win, the way we won is promising. And we were able to do the things that we needed to improve on, which were on the defensive end.
Hey, Chris, you've been around these guys quite a bit now, a lot of your players, to know, how they respond in practice. Is one of those things where did anything happen in practice these past couple of days that made you think that a performance like this might be coming? Well,
just how they handled, again, it's a fine line, because we're saying that, hey, we didn't play well enough. We certainly have an excuse. We don't want to use that excuse. And we decided before the game that we weren't going to use that excuse. So now when you're critical, you want to avoid that excuse and really dig into the preparation for, not just the preparation for the next game, but for your team, who you are and how you want to perform and execute. And I thought they did a great job of that. You know, it's hard to hear criticism, and it's hard to hear when it's sharp. But I thought the guys really did a good job of that and understood that we needed to play better, and practiced very well, and then played a good game tonight.
And then Noah was asking you about the St. Louis game on Friday. Obviously, you guys try to approach every game the same, but is it one of those things where the guys seem to understand the gravity of this and just kind of the chance to get a resume-boosting win and make a statement for you guys, you know, confidence-wise and a lot of other ways too?
Yeah, sure. But, you know, they're all so important. But yes, I agreed. I really wish we were going to have fans because it would be such a great atmosphere. The two teams are both good but very different. They're built differently, and it's a little bit different style. You know, they're so strong and physical and recruit to that. You know, and we're always trying to be stronger and more physical. So yeah, but yeah, in the big picture, I think we understand that. I think the guys are old enough to understand that, and you know, I know we'll prepare well. I'm confident in that. And then there's a big challenge. It's a really good team, a nationally ranked team that we get the chance to play on our home floor. And we need to go out and play our style of basketball and play it at a really high level.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
There are Richmonders who would wonder if the Spiders recruited Gibson Jimerson. Could you address that?
Yeah, sure. So Gibson was in, I believe, at St. Chris for 1 year, John. Am I right on that?
1 year after a couple at Benedictine.
Okay, right. So yes, we did. We talked to him. St. Christopher's was at our team camp, and he played well at team camp. He really made some long shots, and we were playing cross court in the Weinstein Center, and he can shoot from about half court in that configuration. But yeah, we talked to him. We recruited him, and you know, I'm not sure what year in his high school career was at St. Chris. I believe it was his junior year. Or what would be second to last?
Yeah, he ended up down in Montverde.
Right, exactly. And I believe he went to Montverde after that. And but we did. We liked him and talked to him and recruited him.
Thank you.
Hey, Chris, if I could chime in, was there a big benefit to having a short turnaround for this game?
Yeah, great question. Yeah. Oh, 100%. It was great to be able to get turned around quickly. Especially, you know, we want to play, and we want to play and play. And, you know, that and having a disappointing game against LaSalle, both those things made us hungry and wanted to get out there and play. So, yes, for sure. I think having a quick turnaround, you know, at some points of most seasons, you wouldn't necessarily want it. I think for us this year, right now, yes, we wanted a quick turnaround.
And if I could chime in, I think you have 3 straight Friday night ESPN games. You're in that spotlight for 3 straight Friday nights. Can you speak on, I guess, the importance or the benefit maybe for recruiting, you know, to have a spotlight game like that 3 straight Friday nights?
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's great. You know, I think we've been on ESPN already with Kentucky and West Virginia, and I think we're on 4 more times on the Friday night slot. It's a great slot for college basketball. Great job by the A10 to work into that slot. So yeah, it gives us an opportunity for sure to just show you know, recruit or people, you know, how we play and you know, and how we compete in those kinds of things. And I think we've always embraced those opportunities, and hopefully we'll do the same this Friday.
Thanks, Chris. Congrats.
Thanks, Sean.
Chris, tonight Andre only played 6 minutes, a little bit down from Saturday, obviously coming back from the groin injury. Were there any, you know, did he maybe tweak it or exacerbate it in that game Saturday? Kind of where's he at with that injury?
Yeah. So unbelievable poster behind your head, Noah. Unbelievable. So yeah, no, I put him in too late in the first half. That's the only excuse. That's the only not excuse. That's the only answer that I have. I put him in too late in the first half. I thought he played well in the second half, and I think his minutes will be back to normal on Friday.